Project Fire. Agena targets for Project Gemini. Centaur Surveyor. The list continues to grow, and no immediate end is in sight for the reliable space booster Atlas. Convair in 1951 activated its Pomona division to produce new types of aerial weapons for the United States Navy Bureau of Ordnance. Pilot models of Convair's Terrier were produced in San Diego. By late 1953, these surface-to-air guided missiles were in production at the new Pomona facility. Another supersonic surface-to-air guided missile produced at Pomona is Tartar. A new standard missile for shipboard use is under development. Red Eye, a shoulder-fired surface-to-air missile, provides combat troops in the field with an effective weapon against low-flying, strafing, or bombing aircraft. Development of the Centaur was prompted by the nation's need for a high-energy second-stage space vehicle. Design concepts proven by the Atlas were employed in the production of Centaur. The program started contractually in late 1958. One of the major problems in its early development stage was that of taming and handling the liquid hydrogen used as fuel for the vehicle. By 1965, with the final research and development flight of a single-burn Centaur, AC-6, the vehicle was considered operational. The flight of Atlas Centaur 10 Surveyor 1 fully justified NASA's and Convair's faith in the vehicle. Beyond Centaur Surveyor lunar flights, other missions are in the planning stage for Centaur. While its space-age projects were developing at a rapid pace, Convair was still moving forward with some of its original programs and beginning new ones. With air travel increasing, the demand for transport planes was greater than ever. Based on the design of the service-proven Convair 240, a larger version came off the assembly lines. The 340 Convair liner. The Military Air Transport Service utilized a version called the C-131A Samaritans as air evacuation hospital transports. A modified version of the 340 liner, designated R4Y1, was in service with the U.S. Navy as personnel transports. Followed by still another model, the 440. By now, nearly 30 airlines around the world were using the family of Convair liners. Convair Fort Worth Division produced the B-58 Hustler, the world's first supersonic bombers. These are in service with the Strategic Air Command. Air Force crews have set 19 world flying records with the B-58. Keeping pace with the expanding jet age, Convair produced the 880 transport. This craft can accommodate between 88 and 110 passengers, depending upon the seating arrangements. Convair's 990 jet airliner was designed for operation at near sonic speeds. The 880 and 990 were called pilots' airplanes. Both are serving domestic and international airlines. 2 years of development and testing were conducted on a prototype counterinsurgency aircraft called Charger. Its capability for short takeoff and landing and its ability to operate as a close-in support plane in difficult terrain was clearly demonstrated. An unfortunate crash destroyed the plane. However, data obtained during the flight tests clearly indicated a useful potential for such an aircraft. Of nearly 1,100 Convair liners produced since 1946 for both commercial and military transport use, over 1,000 are still in service around the world. Over 20 years of unquestioned proof attesting to the rugged dependability of aviation's most reliable airframe. In support of these aircraft, Convair initiated a modification program for the 240, 340, and 440 liners. Replacing the reciprocating power plants with Rolls-Royce Dart turboprop engines, and refurbishing the planes throughout will keep the new Convair 600 series the leader in the field of short and medium-range transports. With its long history of proven high standards and quality workmanship, Convair is engaged in numerous large subcontracts. From Lockheed, Georgia, the 63-foot-high complete tail assembly for the Air Force C-5A, the world's largest jet transport, and the complete empennage section for the C-141, heavy logistics transport. For the Air Force, updating modifications to the F-106 and F-102 interceptors. For the F-111 Air Force and Navy variable wing fighter aircraft, Convair is fabricating the stabilizer boom structures and the redesigned fuel tanks and pylons. A Douglas aircraft contract provides for Convair to fabricate door and jam sections for the DC-9 transports. Mark 56 non-magnetic mine cases for the Navy. Under contract to Kaiser Aluminum for the United States Army Corps of Engineers, lightweight transportable landing mats are in production. These mats make it possible to rapidly lay landing strips in areas where conventional airfields would be difficult, if not impossible, to construct. A variety of other contracts and engineering studies are also underway. Inherent with America's space effort, man's safety in flight is a prime requisite. For Project Mercury, Convair developed its own abort sensing instrumentation system called As-Is. For Apollo, Convair produced Little Joe 2, a simple, reliable, solid-propelled launch vehicle. Capable of thrusts ranging from 300,000 to 720,000 pounds for short periods of time, Little Joe 2 launched low-level ballistic test flights of the Apollo moonship abort system. Not all of Convair's efforts are in the fields of aviation and space technology. The science of oceanography offered new challenges. An unmanned ocean data station was developed by Convair for the United States Navy Office of Naval Research. Primary task for this 100-ton, 40-foot diameter buoy is to transmit via telemetry oceanographic and meteorological data to shore stations. Equipped to collect, store, and transmit large amounts of information, the buoy is designed to operate in any ice-free waters of the world. When operational, it will be an important tool for both scientific knowledge and long-range weather prediction. Equipped with beacon lights, fog signals, and a radio beacon, it will also serve as a major aid to marine navigation. From its beginning as a leader in the aircraft industry, Convair has not only kept pace with scientific advances and new technologies, but has in many instances set the pace. From giant bombers to miniaturized circuitry, from intercontinental missiles to life support systems, the Convair story is one of product and people, and the future of both.